this does stand out, you know, and you can tell that you guys and yourself pride in what you do here, you know, and you are giving back to the community, because I saw how you dealt with customers, and myself and my family being a customer, where my son is like, so we need to go back to that cafe, and I'm like, we can't keep like we are like. I'm like, please don't let her be selling shrimp curry today, because I'm gonna have to buy some. So that, I mean, it's one thing to say that, and to me, it's another thing to actually be a part of that experience, and I definitely validate that. Not that it's, you know, that if I didn't, that it meant anything, but I wanted to be transparent about, because I am also all about customer service as well. And I think that's what holds the people, and being relational as well. So thank you. So let's talk about, tell me a little bit about things you enjoy and or you are passionate about.
I love making ice cream. I love making it. The cafe is more so just a place where people can come, and I have different sweets and treats. But the ice cream is what I really want to push. That's my brand. That's the goal. That's the legacy that we want to leave for our children and our family, making customized ice cream. When the store closes down, I make ice cream almost daily. It's fresh ice cream that's being made here. There's natural products used in the ice cream. I try to stay as natural as possible, and that's something that I'm really passionate about. I'm passionate about people eating healthier. I know that, you know, there's a lot of trends going on right now, but for the most part, I want to just stay as healthy as I can. You know, on the burgers using arugula instead of iceberg lettuce, and the salads using all green lettuce instead of just a mix of Italian salads. I try to make sure that the products are as healthy as possible, and that may come from, you know, the background with me working at Cleveland Clinic, just seeing how many people were in the hospital, all related to health issues and diet and the things that they were eating. So I really pride myself on that, trying to stay as healthy as I can. The smoothies, they're all natural fruit. There's no syrups added, there's no sherbet added, there's no ice added. When you get a smoothie from here, your whole cup is filled with fruit and it's pureed down. And I enjoy making ice cream. I like cooking for my family. I love taking care of the kids, and I like being, you know, with my husband and my family. I really like going skating. I wish we could skate every day, but we only go skating now not even once a month. We used to go skating twice a week when we were friends and dating. But we don't go skating as much anymore. But I love to skate. And I love to be with my family. I love my sister. I talk on the phone to my sister probably 3 times a day. And my brother's in California, and I talk to him maybe 3 times a week. We're a close family. I talk to my mom every day. I talk to my dad maybe twice a week. And they were all very influential too. When I was thinking about doing the ice cream place and what type of idea I wanted to have, I talked with my brother about it, who's in that industry out in California. And he told me, you know, Toya, you need to set yourself apart. I was shopping vendors like P.I.A, Breyers to buy the tubs of ice cream. He said, why don't you make it? I said, I don't know how to make ice cream. I'm not going to learn how to make ice cream. He said, well, you need to research and go and talk to people who make ice cream. And I did. And I went and I talked to business owners who had their own ice cream shops, and they gave me recipes and taught me the tricks of the trade, how much money you can make in ice cream. Very nice people, and I just went on a lunch break, went to the store. Can I speak to the owner? Sure. And I talked with them, and they gave me information. I started practicing, making my kids and my husband taste ice cream every other week until he got tired of it. But he never told me he got tired of it. He ate it. And and I just got it until I got the right combination, and I love to do it. When I had my oldest, I had her at 21 years old, and I was in my last year of college. It was tough. It was me and her, and her grandmother was very helpful during that time. So I vowed to myself, I'm not going to make this same mistake again. I'm going to do what I need to do as a parent, finish college. And I did. I finished. She was 18 months at my graduation, and I finished getting my bachelor's degree. But I vowed I'm not messing with, I'm not talking to just any old one, because I learned my lesson. That was one thing I could pride myself on. I learned my lesson, and so it was me and her for 8 years, and it was great. We traveled, we did one child, that was great, and so it was me and Nigel for 8 years. And people say, if you don't learn, history will repeat itself, and it did. And I was devastated. I felt awful. I was like, how can I do this again? I'm a single parent. But not only did I go from one child, now I have 3 kids by myself, and yeah, financially I was okay. I had a good career. I could swing it, but it was more, I beat myself down, and I had so much guilt, and I had so much resentment build up inside of me. And when I looked at those little girls, the twins that I had, being a single mom, and doing it again with someone who I knew that I was not going to be with, someone I knew who I wasn't going to marry, I knew better. I did all the things I can do. I was in church every Sunday. I was reading. I was just going on my way. But life happens, and I messed up, and I beat myself up about it. And me and James were good friends at that time, and I would call him and cry, and how can I do this again? And I would just look at the girls like, oh, I don't know how I would do this, bring them into this world like this. I know that their dad is not going to be in their lives, or not going to be the person, that I was at that time. That's what I really felt. And I was depressed. I was really sad. I didn't really look at them as a blessing. I just looked at them like I made a bad choice. And it wasn't until I had to look deep inside of me and know God loves you in spite of. He doesn't care, what. I am a child of God. Our kids make mistakes all the time. We don't just disown them and say, oh, I don't love you anymore. I am really a child of God. He looks out for me. He knows my needs. He knows what I'm going to do. He knows the personality that I have. That is my dad. He really is my dad. And I had to learn that for myself. So once I started getting more strength, James, I could call him any time of night, morning. He would just listen. He loves to talk, but he will listen. And I would talk with him all the time. My parents, I talk with them all the time. Because a part of me, too, I felt like I kind of let them down. I was raised in a very traditional home. My father was a minister of music at church. My mom was an educator. My father had a government job. So the choices that I was making, I just felt awful, like, oh, I just let them down. But it really wasn't that. I was just hard on myself. We make mistakes. God loves us in spite of. And it turned out to be such a blessing. When I look at those little girls, they're so different from each other, and they are just beautiful. I mean, who has a very fair-skinned twin and who has a very, like, a chocolate twin? That is amazing. Like, that God would birth something like that out of me, and they're just as smart as can be, So back to the question, what got me through that time of being a single mom and having that help, I would say would definitely be God. I journaled every day. My best friend, who's my husband now, my sister, my mom, my dad, just giving me that encouragement. And then I had to go back to school because the laws were changing with the types of social work that I was doing. I was climbing higher and higher, more into like administrative type of work. So I had to go back to school. And if I would have waited any longer, then I would have got probably demoted, into a lower role. So I didn't really have a choice. I had to go back to school. So I went back to school when they were 1 year old. And like I said, it was hard. But the blessing is that when I had the hospice job, when I talked about having the support from my supervisors, they created a position for me. So they created a position where I worked 12-hour shifts on Saturdays and Sundays, and I was off Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, I went to school, and then we had to do an internship too. The initial internship that I did was at the Cleveland Clinic Wellness Institute under the director of the whole institute. It was the hardest internship I ever had in my life. You know, the lady, you know, just as far as writing, but she was very critical in a good way, because she made me realize that I wasn't as high as I thought I was. I wasn't at, it's like, your writing sucks. You can't write. You're writing. So, you know, I would get offended. Like, what do you mean my writing sucks? So my writing doesn't. But I started realizing, like, yeah, my writing does suck. And I had to go and get help with my writing. And she pushed me. She really pushed me every day. It was no excuse. Oh, I got 3 kids. I'm be like, you be here on time. You know, I don't care. You know, it was just one of those things. You can't use that after a while. You know, you have to be held accountable. You're here at this internship. You're here to be a job. You're my support person. This is what I need you to do. And it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. Some days I cried. I really did. I did that for 6 months. And then I ended up, I needed a break after that. That was tough. So I ended up switching an internship with one of my dear mentors. She was in an administrative role over a program. And I did 6 months with her over a senior adult program where they combine services and insurances together. And I learned how to do a lot of the functions of that with the state, as far as Medicaid, Medicare, CMS, a lot of the credentialing parts of social work. And I enjoyed that too, but it was less, she wasn't as, her personality was totally different. But I thank God for both of those opportunities, and it made me a stronger person too. So getting through that, having that support from my family, and I got through. James was at the graduation, and I made it through. Yeah. I sure did. Yeah.
So last question is, when you hear the words pursue it all, what comes to mind?
Pursue it all for me is just, I think, living out. It's funny you say that, because I really didn't know what that meant. So I used to, every night on YouTube, read articles and watch videos and Google videos on about pursuing your happiness and what that actually means and what that actually entails. And for me, I think it's just going after your dreams, going after your passions. I was scared as ever. I'm not gonna lie. I had 2 amazing careers for 12 years. Very settling careers with pensions and 401ks and perks and relationships with people that I built. But I wanted to see what else was out there. I wanted to know, what is it like to work for myself? If I can put this much passion and this much drive here, you know, I want to be able to do this for myself. I want to make a difference in my community. I'm proud to be Black. I'm proud to have an education. I'm proud to serve in excellence. I'm proud that I graduated from Case. I'm proud that, you know, I'm a mom of 5 kids. I'm proud to be married. Like, I want to be an example to say this can be done. But yes, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. Every day I would go to James, like, James, you think I should? And I'm like, whatever you want to do. But he had been down this road already. The good thing is that he's had great experiences already. But he never put those on me. He let me find it for myself. He could have gave me the answers to everything, because he's done it all already. He's done everything already. He's had careers. He's worked for himself. He's built brands. He's excellent at his hands. Anything you can think of, he's done. Every piece of work in here that I just said, can you hang this? Can you do this? Can you put this link in? We don't have to go outside. He does it all. He paints. He does everything. So he could have gave me the answer, but he let me figure it out for myself, and I'm really grateful for that. So pursuing it all, there's many things to come that I want to do. Like you said, we don't have to fit inside a small box. There's so many talents and gifts that I have and things that I would like to do. But starting off small and learning from these experiences and, being here for now is good. It's really good. Yeah. Yeah.
Pursue it all. Wow. It's kind of broad, but let me see if I can fit it into this. Pursuing it all is pretty much starting from the beginning, where I started. Taking in all the experience of it, accepting everything that came with it, and still continue to pursue it all, whatever that may have been, up until this point and moving forward. Pursuing it all has everything to do with my family, my loved ones and friends. I want to pursue all that it is that I choose to get involved with. I want to pursue all the love that I can exude from her and she can exude from me. And again, that means experiencing it all, pursuing it all, my daughters, again, giving everything that I can give and getting everything that I can get from them, pursuing it all. In the end, when it's time for us to sit it down and to look back on all of it, we can truly say we pursued it all to the best of our ability with no regrets. It's not easy by far, but it's not as hard as we like to make it out to be either. So when we take time and we talk, we realize we're on the right track, we're headed the right way, and we're pursuing it all. We're agreeing and disagreeing to agree and learning how to do that. And again, that's part of pursuing it all. You can't leave out what you don't want to be bothered with, and I don't want to deal with that. But you have to tackle it. Again, if you go at it, and you want to pursue it all, you have to do things and talk about things that's going to make you uncomfortable. I remember, and I'm not quoting Obama, but I remember he said change is not going to be easy. Even we didn't realize how what big we understood what we were, but we didn't understand how big the rut was and how it affected us until he started making changes. And you heard a lot of people whining and crying, and sometimes a relationship is like that. So, but again, we learn, and we both understand we're iron and we sharpen one another. And the first thing I want to do is always just let her shine. She's smarter than me, so whatever. I'm not going to get in her way. I'm the bronze, she's the brains, truly. And she's blessed me with 2 beautiful twins, an opportunity to love as hard as I want to love. So she makes that easy. You know what I mean? So love itself, you can't contain it. You can't contain it. You have to just let it out. You have to let it out, and you have to show it. And each day I try to show her in small ways. James, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? That's small, but doing something where she doesn't ask me to do anything, and I do it, she's like, oh, she's experiencing all that it is to be served as a friend, a wife, a queen. I want her to experience it all because I've done some things prior to her, but she doesn't realize that a lot of things that I do with her are a lot of my firsts. So I'm pursuing it all also. So a lot of her firsts are a lot of my beginnings. So I don't know it all. And her temperament, and this is how she is. She's genuine. You come in here, you talk to her, she'll never change. You always get the kind, sweet, loving. That's who she is. And when I stop pursuing, I found it all. So I'm fine now. I have beautiful daughters that are achieving many things. Little ones are going to be achieving things, and we're building a foundation on love that we can leave a beautiful legacy behind. And go from there, and then we can sip the tea on the front porch after that and go from there. And we ain't trying to wait till we get old to do it. So we're doing it now. So I would say to anyone who's looking to pursue it all, hit the ground running, 10 toes down, work together, play together, relax together, but give it your all. Don't give up, and that's not even an option.
No.
That's not. It's not even. That's done. Don't even have that as an option. And everything else you'll grow from, and you'll thank yourself later. Before Thanksgiving. But yeah, pursuing it all is that everything that I said just encompasses it all. My family, loved ones, and friends. You, people like you, we're inspired by.
Yes.
I want to absorb it all from you.
Yes.
And help you experience whatever it is that you're trying to do. But yeah, pursuing it all. That's what we're doing.
Thank you. It's a wrap. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Latoya Glaze, and I'm pursuing it all.